is the panels behind the solar, the photovoltaic, solar electric, and those are solar thermal panels. And that avoids using propane for heating hot water, as well as providing some supplemental heat to the keeper's house in the shoulder season. So I'm standing in what was a secondary cistern from the original keeper's house, and these were filled by rainwater that was directed in by the gutters on the house of the keeper's house. And the original cistern is back here from the original house, and both of these were predating running water through a well water system. So they were sources of water for the keeper's house when they didn't have a water well and a pump. What we've done is converted this first cistern into a large insulated tank and repurposed it to hold a bath or a battery of solar water and solar hot water. And what we have is a set of pumps here that pumps the water from the bottom of the cistern out to the panels, and that's governed by a controller that senses the temperature on the panels and the temperature in the bottom of the cistern. So when the temperature on the panels, when the sun comes up and goes on the panels, gets warmer than the bottom of the cistern, these pumps will turn on. If a cloud comes by or the sun goes lower in the sky or it's cold out, then the pumps will automatically shut off, leaving this circulated water staying warm in the insulated tank. And then what we have is a set of copper pipes that go into the tank that hold our hot water, our domestic water from the house. This is in water pipes. That goes into big copper coils that are sitting in the bath of solar thermal water. And that will preheat all that water as it comes flowing through the pipes as you use it at the sink or the showers. And that heats your water. That's converted in a manifold, and it also goes out at this point. This is the domestic hot water manifold. It's strictly for domestic hot water, showers, baths, washing dishes, that sort of thing. And this can either directed through here directly to your use if it's a sunny day, if it's a warm summer period, or if it's the shoulder season or heating season when we have the boiler on, we can direct it to have a backup of hot water from the boiler system that was previously here.
Was it a problem getting through the walls that are a foot thick, or did you?
We had some very interesting times drilling big holes in these thick cistern walls and the thick foundation walls, and it was quite a challenge to put the system in, but we had some nice diamond core drills, so that worked out pretty well.
Excellent, considering this house has been here since 1816.
Yes.
No, 1870.
1870s?
76. 1876.
Yes. So in addition to doing domestic water, which I just described about the coils of copper to bring the domestic hot water out to the house, we also have a secondary coil of copper in there to bring water to the heating system for the shoulder season when you're trying to warm the house up and you got a lot of sun in the springtime or the early fall. And there's a second controller here which brings heat from a third coil in the tank over to our heating system. I mentioned earlier when it was heating season and the solar might not be all the way hot for a hot shower, this is the indirect fire hot water tank that's run from a boiler to sort of finish heat the water that's already been preheated from the solar. That's for domestic uses, for the shower and so forth. And then the last piece I was talking about over there was a takeoff for heating the house, and we've piped that into the regular heating system here. It's a separate branch off the heating system, and that will bring hot water from the preheated from the tank through that coil into the heating system, so that the boiler doesn't have to fire to run hot water out to the house, to the baseboard, the regular heating